Ever wonder if the loose change jingling in your pocket could be worth more than its face value? Coins, after all, are more than just money, they're tiny pieces of history, each carrying a unique story. And today, we're uncovering the hidden value and fascinating backstory of a coin that might seem ordinary but could be worth far more than 25 cents, the 1980 US quarter. You might think, it's just a regular quarter, right? What could possibly make it special? Well, let me tell you, this isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about uncovering secrets hidden in plain sight. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change, the thrilling story behind the 1980 quarter, and how some of these coins have fetched surprising sums in auctions. So, don't go anywhere because you might just discover that you're holding a fortune. Now, let's start with the basics of the 1980 US quarter. At first glance, this coin doesn't look all that different from the quarters we use today. On the obverse side, we have the iconic profile of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan in 1932. This design has stood the test of time, symbolizing both history and consistency in American coinage. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the majestic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of strength and peace. This reverse design had been in use for decades before it was replaced by the state quarters program in 1999. But let's talk about the details that set this quarter apart. In 1980, these coins were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. If you look closely, you'll notice a mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. A P represents the Philadelphia mint, while a D indicates the Denver mint. And here's an interesting fact, the 1980 quarter was part of a transitional era when mint marks became more prominent, a subtle yet significant shift in US coinage. Now, what about its composition? Like most quarters minted after 1965, the 1980 quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad, with a core of pure copper sandwiched between layers of nickel. No silver here, but that doesn't mean this coin isn't valuable. In fact, it's the imperfections and anomalies in these coins that make them truly exciting. But more on that in a moment. Here's where things get intriguing. Over 518 million quarters were struck in Philadelphia, and another 635 million were minted in Denver in 1980. That's more than 1 billion coins in total. With numbers like that, it's no wonder the 1980 quarter seems so common. But remember, even among billions of coins, some are far from ordinary. Now, let me ask you this, have you ever heard of mint errors? These are mistakes made during the production process, and they can turn an otherwise regular coin into a collector's dream. And guess what? The 1980 quarter has its fair share of errors and varieties that are highly sought after by numismatists. One of the most exciting errors to look for is an off-center strike. Imagine a quarter where the design is shifted significantly to one side, leaving a blank crescent of metal on the opposite edge. The more off-center the strike, the higher the value. In pristine condition, some off-center 1980 quarters have sold for hundreds of dollars. Then there's the double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck twice with slight misalignment, causing parts of the design, like the inscriptions or Washington's profile, to appear doubled. A double die error on a 1980 quarter could make it worth several times its face value. Another error to watch out for is the clipped planchet. This happens when the metal blank used to create the coin is improperly cut, resulting in a quarter with a curved or jagged edge. While these errors aren't as rare as others, they still command a premium among collectors. But here's the kicker, there are even rumors of a small batch of 1980 quarters struck on foreign planchets, metal blanks intended for coins of other countries. These coins are incredibly rare and can sell for thousands of dollars if authenticated. So, how do you identify these valuable 1980 quarters? First, invest in a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the coin's details, especially the mint mark, inscriptions, and edges. Examine the coin under bright light to spot any unusual features or imperfections. If you suspect you found an error coin, consider having it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Grading not only verifies a coin's authenticity but also determines its condition, which plays a significant role in its value. Now, let's talk about where to find these hidden treasures. Believe it or not, valuable quarters can still be found in circulation. Check your pocket change, coin rolls from banks, and even old coin jars sitting in your home. You'd be surprised at what people unknowingly spend as regular currency. If you're serious about hunting for rare coins, visit local flea markets, estate sales, and coin shops. Online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions are also excellent resources, but beware of fakes and overhyped listings. Always do your research and buy from reputable sellers. Let me share a quick story to inspire you. A coin enthusiast once discovered a 1980 quarter with a significant double die error at a garage sale. After having it graded and authenticated, they sold it for over $1,000. Imagine that, a coin someone nearly discarded as pocket change turned into a four-figure treasure. Before we wrap up, let's touch on the historical context of the 1980 quarter. The 1980s were a time of economic growth and technological advancements, and the U.S. Mint was no exception. New machinery and techniques were being implemented to increase efficiency and precision in coin production. But with progress came occasional mistakes, and those mistakes are what make the 1980 quarter so intriguing today. As we conclude this journey into the world of the 1980 U.S. quarter, let's recap. We've explored its design, minting details, and the fascinating errors that can make it worth far more than face value. We've learned how to identify valuable quarters and where to find them. And most importantly, we've uncovered the hidden potential of a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change, inspect those quarters, and see if you might be holding a piece of history, and a potential fortune. If you found a 1980 quarter with any of the features we discussed, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting coin stories. And stay tuned for our next video, where we'll uncover the secrets of another seemingly ordinary coin with extraordinary value. You won't want to miss it. Have you ever stopped to wonder if that quarter rattling around in your pocket is worth more than just 25 cents? What if I told you that a simple 1996 US quarter, something you might overlook every single day, could be hiding secrets that collectors are paying hundreds of thousands, yes, even millions, for? That's right. One tiny detail on this coin could change its value forever, and it might just be sitting right there in your change jar. Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating, mysterious, and potentially lucrative world of the 1996 US quarter. The 1996 US quarter might look like an everyday coin to most people, but in reality, it's anything but ordinary. Beneath its surface lies a story of hidden treasures, rare errors, and untold value. Imagine turning over a quarter and discovering a secret detail that makes it worth more than some people's annual salary. That's the magic we're about to uncover today. So, let's start with what makes this coin unique. At first glance, it seems like any other US quarter from the 1990s. On the obverse side, you've got the iconic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a design that has graced quarters for decades. Flip it over, and you'll see the familiar eagle design, a symbol of strength and unity. But here's where it gets interesting. This eagle reverse was nearing the end of its era, as it would soon be replaced by the state quarters program in 1999. In many ways, the 1996 quarter represents the twilight of a design that millions of Americans grew up with. Now, let's talk numbers. Over 1 billion of these quarters were minted in 1996 between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. With such high production numbers, you'd think they'd be common, right? Well, that's true for the most part. The vast majority of these quarters are worth their face value. But, and this is a big but, hidden among those billions are rare gems that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. Some of these coins, due to errors or unique varieties, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Imagine this: you're examining a handful of change, and suddenly, you spot a 1996 quarter with something off. Maybe the design seems a little misaligned, or the lettering looks a bit unusual. Congratulations, you might have just found a mint error. And let me tell you, mint errors are where the real money is at. Some of the most valuable 1996 quarters were created by accident. These errors are like tiny miracles born out of chaos, each one making the coin a unique piece of art. Let's break down some of these errors. One of the most sought-after mistakes is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, isn't properly aligned during the minting process. The result? A coin where part of the design is missing, creating a striking, and valuable, visual effect. Depending on how much of the design is missing, an off-center 1996 quarter could fetch anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. Then there's the double die error. Imagine looking at the word liberty or the phrase, "In God we trust," and seeing it appear doubled, almost like a shadow. This type of error occurs when a coin is struck twice, slightly out of alignment. Double die quarters are rare, and their value can skyrocket, especially if the doubling is clear and noticeable. And don't even get me started on clipped planchets, quarters with a chunk of the edge missing. These quirky errors, while less dramatic, are still highly collectible. But the crown jewel of 1996 quarter errors? A variety so rare, most people don't even know to look for it. I'm talking about the repunched mint mark. On Denver minted quarters, the D mint mark might appear doubled or slightly shifted. It's a subtle detail, but for collectors, it's a game changer. Some of these coins have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. Could you have one sitting in your coin jar right now? Stick around, and I'll tell you how to find out. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of identifying these valuable coins, let's take a step back and explore the world of the 1990s, a time of economic growth, technological advancements, and, yes, changes at the U.S. Mint. The mid-90s were a bustling era for coin production, with billions of coins churned out annually to meet the needs of a growing economy. Minting technology was improving, but no system is perfect. And it's in those imperfections where we find the treasures. The 1996 quarter also holds a special place in history as one of the last coins to feature the classic eagle reverse before the launch of the state quarters program. This shift in design marked a turning point for U.S. currency, making the 1996 quarter a nostalgic piece for many collectors. It's a coin that bridges two eras, and that alone adds to its allure. So, how do you identify a 1996 quarter that's worth more than its weight in copper nickel? The first step is simple: grab a magnifying glass. This isn't just about looking closely, it's about seeing what others miss. Start with the mint mark. If it's a Denver quarter, examine the D for any signs of doubling or repunching. Next, inspect the lettering. Is there any unusual doubling in the inscriptions? Look at the edges, are there any clips or irregularities? Every tiny detail matters. Once you've identified a potential rarity, condition becomes the next big factor. A 1996 quarter in uncirculated condition, meaning it's as pristine as the day it was minted, can be worth significantly more than one that's been heavily circulated. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades commanding higher prices. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, potentially increasing its value even further. Still wondering if you might have a 1996 quarter worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions? Here's the good news: these coins are out there, and finding them is easier than you think. Start by checking your pocket change, those forgotten jars of coins at home, or even rolls of quarters from the bank. You'd be surprised how often rare coins turn up in the most unexpected places. For more serious hunting, visit local coin shops, flea markets, or estate sales. These are treasure troves for hidden gems. And when it comes time to sell, the options are endless. Online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions are great for reaching a wide audience. Coin-specific forums and communities can also connect you with collectors who are eager to pay a premium for the right coin. But remember, professional appraisals and certifications are key. They give buyers confidence and ensure you get the best possible price. Before we wrap up, let me share one last tip that could change how you look at every quarter you come across. There's a tiny design feature on the 1996 quarter that most people overlook. It's so subtle that even seasoned collectors miss it. But spotting this feature could be the difference between a coin that's worth 25 cents and one that's worth a fortune. Curious? Take a closer look at the eagle's wing feathers. Are they perfectly detailed, or do they show signs of wear or misalignment? That tiny detail could be the key to unlocking your coin's hidden value. So, what are you waiting for? The next time you get a quarter in your change, take a closer look. It might just be the discovery of a lifetime. And if you find something, drop a comment below and let me know. I'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Next time, we'll dive into the mysterious 1995 double-die penny. Is it really as valuable as they say? You'll have to tune in to find out. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. The 1986 United States nickel is a coin that represents a fascinating chapter in the ongoing story of American currency. While it might seem like just another everyday coin at first glance, its design, history, and production make it an intriguing piece for collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. As part of the Jefferson Nickel series, this coin carries forward a legacy that began in 1938, when the United States Mint introduced a new design to honor one of the nation's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. The 1986 nickel continues this tradition, blending artistry, functionality, and historical significance. On the obverse side of the 1986 nickel, you'll find the iconic left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This depiction of Jefferson was designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, whose original work was chosen in a national competition held in the late 1930s. Schlag's vision for the coin featured a clean and dignified portrayal of Jefferson, capturing his intellect and leadership qualities. Surrounding Jefferson's profile are inscriptions that add context and depth to the coin's meaning. To the left of his image is the phrase, "In God We Trust," a long-standing motto that reflects the nation's faith and values. To the right is the word, "Liberty," written in a distinctive cursive script, alongside the year, 1986. This combination of elements gives the obverse a timeless and elegant appearance that has remained largely unchanged for decades. Flipping the coin over reveals the reverse side, which is equally significant in its design and symbolism. The centerpiece of the reverse is an image of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic estate in Virginia. Monticello is not only an architectural masterpiece but also a symbol of Jefferson's contributions to the nation as a statesman, philosopher, and innovator. The depiction of Monticello on the nickel showcases its neoclassical design, with its symmetrical facade and iconic dome rendered in fine detail. Below the image of Monticello, the word Monticello is inscribed, along with 5 cents and United States of America, identifying the coin's denomination and origin. The phrase, "E pluribus unum," meaning, "out of many, one," appears above Monticello, serving as a reminder of the country's unity in diversity. The 1986 nickel was minted in 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mints played a role in producing the millions of nickels that entered circulation that year. Coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mintmark, while those from Denver feature a small D mintmark on the obverse, to the right of Jefferson's portrait. The San Francisco Mint, known for its focus on quality, produced proof coins that are highly sought after by collectors. These proof coins are distinguished by their sharp details, polished surfaces, and mirror-like finishes, which make them stand out from the regular circulating versions. In terms of production numbers, the 1986 nickel had a substantial mintage. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 655 million coins, while the Denver Mint contributed around 699 million. The San Francisco Mint, by contrast, struck a little over 3 million proof coins, making them a relatively small fraction of the total production. These figures highlight the widespread use of the nickel in daily transactions, as well as the U.S. Mint's efforts to meet the nation's demand for coinage. Despite these large numbers, the 1986 nickel remains an important piece of American currency history, reflecting the economic and cultural conditions of its time. The condition of a coin plays a crucial role in determining its value to collectors. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation and sharper details. A 1986 nickel in uncirculated or mint state condition may fetch a modest premium over its face value, especially if it exhibits no signs of wear and retains its original luster. Proof coins, particularly those graded at the highest levels, can command significantly higher prices due to their superior quality in limited production. Collectors often seek these coins for their aesthetic appeal and the precision with which they are made. Errors and varieties are another aspect of the 1986 nickel that can capture the interest of collectors. Errors occur during the minting process and can result in coins with unique or unusual features. For example, an off-center strike, where the design is misaligned on the planchet, can make a coin highly collectible. Double die errors, repunched mintmarks, and die cracks are other types of errors that are sought after for their rarity and novelty. While no major errors are widely associated with the 1986 nickel, any such anomaly discovered on a coin from this year could significantly increase its value. The 1986 nickel also holds a special place in the broader narrative of U.S. coinage. By the mid-1980s, the Jefferson nickel had been in circulation for nearly half a century, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. This period was marked by advancements in minting technology and a growing public interest in numismatics, or coin collecting. Programs like the bicentennial coins issued a decade earlier had sparked curiosity about the stories and artistry behind everyday coins. The 1986 nickel serves as a link between the past and the present, reminding us of the enduring legacy of American coinage. For many collectors, the 1986 nickel represents an accessible entry point into the world of numismatics. Its high mintage numbers ensure that it is readily available, while its classic design and historical significance make it a worthwhile addition to any collection. Whether you're searching through rolls of nickels from your local bank or browsing coin shows and online auctions, the 1986 nickel offers an opportunity to connect with a piece of history that is both meaningful and tangible. In conclusion, the 1986 United States nickel is far more than just a piece of loose change. It is a testament to the artistry, craftsmanship, and history that go into the coins we use every day. From its iconic design to its place in the story of American currency, the 1986 nickel invites us to appreciate the hidden value and beauty in something as seemingly ordinary as a 5-cent coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious enthusiast, the 1986 nickel is a coin worth exploring, offering a glimpse into the past and a reminder of the rich heritage of American coinage.